You are known to be the most entertaining and energetic chef. So, where do you get all the energy from?
I think one, I have been like this as a child throughout. I was fun as a person whenever I used to be with my friends. And now the whole energy comes from the love that I get from the people and who inspire me to do more and more. They all come up with so much love. They feel that I'm part of their family itself, and that is where probably I get energy, and I keep hearing them. I keep their small little tips and interactions that they do with me on social network. Those, some of them are tear rolling, so you actually get carried away by them, and you feel that you have to do more and more for them. Yes,
that's the secret of the energy.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us about your journey as a chef. How did you embark on this journey? What all challenges did you face?
Fantastic. I mean, I tell you, although my first love as a profession was to be a fighter pilot, I had no inclination of joining or taking up a career as a chef. But when I joined hotel management, until then I did not know how to spell a chef also was. But within 1 month of my joining hotel management, I was sure that this is what I'm born for. And ever since then, I have never looked back, or no other profession has actually excited me more than this.
You started with learning of different international cuisines. Then you finally realized that it is the Indian cuisine which is the best. So how did the transformation happen? Tell us something about it.
When we became chefs, of course, there were chefs before me also, who are my seniors and whom I take them as my gurujans, all of them. But when I became a chef, the excitement was, to do Western food, and it was like always taken one above. When you do Western food, you are counted as one above the other counterparts. But it so happened by chance that after spending nearly 4 years of my career in the Western food in various kitchens other than Indian, I realized when I started cooking Indian that this is what I should be doing, because this is what is so close to my heart. And when I started researching on Hyderabadi food, the urge to research and learn more about Indian food became stronger, because I realized that it is a very difficult science. It's not easy to put in 50 ingredients and get one flavor. Unlike most other cuisines where probably you would not put more than 5-6 ingredients or 10 ingredients. Here the complexity of ingredients is so strong that you need to learn it to master it. And probably to master Indian food is easier said than done, because so much of food is there all across the country, and it changes every 10, 15, 20, 100 kilometers.
Who has been your mentor throughout your entire journey?
Honestly, nobody inspired me, but it all happened by chance. That I went to work as a chef in a restaurant, and I was chosen to do not Indian food, I was chosen to do Western food. But I had a Hyderabadi Ustad who would cook biryani, and people would queue up to eat that biryani. His name was Habib Pasha. And that is where I said that this is something which I must know. When people queue up to have food, and the various ingredients that this man would use is something which I would say, wow, what are these ingredients? And then I slowly researched, I felt more excited, I started researching on them, and that's how the journey began there. I honestly feel rewards and achievements are just encouragements that help me to do more. They help me that I am still growing, I am still far away to go, because I feel that as a chef, I tell this to people, as a chef, I am probably one of those chefs who has reached the hearts of millions across the world. And through this sheer Namak, Shamak jingle that I do, which brings happiness across categories, from a child who's 3 years of age to a man who's 90 years of age, and they all feel happy to see me on television. And I feel that I need to take this far and wide so that the happiness quotient increases everywhere.
since you are going into the restaurant industry, restaurant business, turning into a businessman, what do you say something about, tell us something about the beverage aspect. Are you also going into the beverage aspect or staying with the cuisine itself?
I am trying to make a business model out of whatever I am doing, so that I reach out to people, people can taste my food, I can bring in some CSR activity along with it. So I am trying to make a commercial and a CSR activity attached to it, and do research of food along with it. So it gives me an opportunity to meet people also. When I open the restaurant, I look into everything, right from the interiors to the comfort of seating, to how the customer engagement happens the moment he sits. What happens when the food gets delayed, because it's natural at times. Even if you want, it doesn't happen. So when it is natural, so you want customer engagement. So I look into that. Food becomes, of course, for any standalone restaurant, food becomes critical. So food is the core element, and I try to bring in whatever I do on television, I try to bring into the restaurant also, because people expect that whatever I cook on television should be visible on my restaurant menu. For me, of course, what I do for television is home style food, so that everybody can cook and everybody should indulge in cooking. That's most important for me. But when I cook gourmet cooking for hotels or for high dignitaries, presentation does become very, very important, because as we all know as chefs, first visibility, vision, what you see is what sells. So when you see a good plated food, you feel like having it. But after that, of course, taste matters.
What do you predict will be the leading F&B trends in 2030?
I think the market scenario is turning little difficult, I feel. However, all those players who bring in innovation, reach out to people with their innovations, will keep rocking with their businesses. But if you are laid back, and if you are new in business and you are laid back, I think there will be trouble for all such people. But they are, as I say always, they are legendary restaurants which will remain legendary, which will attract people across categories. But for the new ones, they need to be innovative. They need to add new styles which people can relate, to. Modern, I think urban India will see new cuisines coming in, and they will be slowly filtered down to tier 1 and tier 2 cities too. QSRs are doing well. Yes, they are doing well, because the cost of operating a QSR is not very high. So as compared to a full dining restaurant, hence everybody talks about QSR. But the most important thing about QSR is you need to multiply. If you don't multiply, then with one QSR, it doesn't make a good business model for you. I mean, when it comes to Sanjeev Kapoor, we all respect him as a chef, because he's probably the first chef who has brought in a lot of respect across to the field of culinary. When it comes to influence, I think my only influence is my dad, and he has only told me one line when I was taking up hotel management, and he just said that whatever is good is yours, whatever is bad is yours. So I only heard him, and I have been trying to do only good things. Next big trend I feel that is going to hit the industry is, of course, we'll see international food coming in. I think Mediterranean would come in now in a lot more manner, the way people are traveling across to Middle East, because travel, as it becomes expensive, so countries nearby is where Indians will go and spend more of their time in holidaying. So I feel Middle East is one such destination where many more Indians will travel with the dollar to rupee rate going up. That is what I see, because even when you go to Middle East, at least you can go at a rate which is not so heavy in the pocket. And once you go there, you start eating Mediterranean food, you see the goodness of the Mediterranean food, and I see a lot of trends related to Mediterranean food coming in. Well, I always feel that, stay focused. I always I've been following something which my Guruji has told me, is that for any profession, you need to see God in that profession. If you don't see God in whatever you are doing, then probably you will not achieve what you would like to achieve. So I believe that whatever you do, you must see God in it. Family dining is something more fun with family and daughters, and I would rather say that they point out to me कि इसमें ये ज़्यादा है पापा, इसमें ये ज़्यादा है, the taste is not good. And then since I am from the same profession, I don't generally complain. Today's date, I think you can't fool around with anybody, because travel, India has seen a lot of travel happening all around, and because of that, everybody's tasted food. Good food has been tasted by everyone, so you can't fool around. People understand ingredients. Ingredients are also available in India, so whatever you do has to be done in the right manner.